Namaste, Hare Krishna. Trividha bhavati shraddha dehinam sasvabhavaja satviki rajasi chaiva tamasi cheti tam shrunu. Chapter 17 speaks about the divisions of faiths, which falls under the three modes, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Lord Shiva glorifies this chapter. In the previous chapter, chapter 16, we learned how Khadgabahu, the king of Saurashtra, tamed his elephant which had gone mad. The glory of the 17th chapter is described featuring the same elephant. As stated in the previous chapter, Khadgabahu entrusted his kingdom to his son and went to the forest. Soon thereafter he died, but the elephant continued to live. Among the many servants of Khadgabahu's son, there was one by name Duchasana, who was an elephant caretaker. Once again the elephant went mad and went ruining all the places. The elephant caretaker, Duchasana, promised to control and tame the elephant, not knowing that all the king's men could not control it. Knowing the elephant very well, the king and few others advised Duchasana not to do that, not to go close to the elephant. Paying little heed to them, he ran after the elephant. The elephant became aware that he was chasing it. It got even more wild. It turned back and came to attack him. Duchasana could not stop the elephant and soon had to run for his life. But as he was running, it tripped and fell down. The wild elephant stamped on him and tearing his body with its trunk and tossed it away. He was no more. He was dead. In his final moments, he was mighty scared of the elephant and died thinking of it. As Krishna said in the 8th chapter, whatever one remembers at the time of death, one attains the same state. Accordingly, Duchasana was reborn as an elephant in the Simhala Desha. In its earlier birth, it had often listened to the verses of the 16th chapter being recited by the king Khadgabahu and other scholars. Consequently, it was born as the best of the herd with all noble characters. The king of Simhala Desha was Jayadeva. He noticed this great elephant and he brought it up and trained it. When it was fully grown, the king gifted it to his friend, who was none other than the son of Khadgabahu. Thus it returned to the very palace wherein its earlier life was spent, as the elephant caretaker. But now he himself was an elephant. Because of the merit earned through listening to the 16th chapter, it still retained awareness of its previous birth. Now it saw again its wife and children from its previous life, but they could not recognize him. This elephant lived a quiet life with mixed feelings, happy to see its earlier wife and children, and sad that they could not recognize him. One day, a poet came to the king's court. He sang many verses from the poetry he had written. Pleased with the sweet rendering of this poet, the king gave away the elephant as a gift to the poet. It was only after reaching home that the poet realized the difficulties involved in tending the elephant. He had no means to feed the elephant well, nor to treat it if it fell sick. Hence, he sold it to the king of Malwa. The king took good care of the elephant and made good use of it too. He had a majestic ride on it wherever he went. Days rolled on. At a point of time, the elephant fell sick and developed high fever. It was growing thin and weak. It refused to have even water to drink. The king summoned different doctors, but all the treatment was of no use. One day, he was standing near the elephant, pondering what he should do next. Suddenly, he heard a human voice addressing him. The king was perplexed. He was looking around where the voice is coming from, because over there it was he and the elephant. No one else were there. So he was looking where the voice was coming from. Then he realized it was the elephant which was talking to him. "O king, it is only I who am speaking to you with a human voice. You have tried out a variety of treatments to cure me. This sickness cannot be cured. I do not need any medicines hereafter. I only desire to attain the feet of the Lord, shedding this elephant's body. Please arrange accordingly." The king replied, "Hey elephant, I only know how to take care of the sick. I do not know how to help you attain a good state. If you know it, please tell me and I will get it done." The elephant said, "O king, please locate a few pious brahmanas who are well versed in chanting the hymns of the 17th chapter of the Gita. Get them here and let them do a japa of the 17th chapter. I will attain a good state soon." The king assembled a team of scholarly brahmanas who would recite the verses of the 17th chapter. Placing a vessels filled with holy water, they chanted the verses from the 17th chapter. After completing the 17th chapter recitation, they took the water from the vessel and sprinkled on the elephant. Immediately, the individual self named Duchasan, who was encased in the elephant's body, came out. Assuming a divine form, he rose up in the sky where an aerial car was awaiting him. In the presence of all the people assembled there, the king's servant called Duchasan got into the aerial car and accepted the courtesies of the Devas, ascended to the upper world. We learned from this story, due to recitation of the 16th chapter, the mad elephant got freed. By recitation of 17th chapter, enabled the elephant to acquire a divine body and ascend to the higher planet. The 16th chapter helps to conquer the indriyas of ours, which are wild like elephant, behaves like a mad elephant. By chanting the 17th chapter, the Atma, the self, who due to ahankara keeps wandering like a wild elephant, attains to a good state. This chapter emphasizes that anything that one does, it has to be prescribed in the Shastras. One must have faith in the Shastras. One may have faith in what they are doing, but if it is not as per the recommendation from the Shastras, even if they do things with faith, it is not going to give a good result. And that is what elaborated in this chapter, chapter 17. Namaste. Hare Krishna.